Good morning, my loves. Happy Tuesday. It is a glorious morning here at the lake. Here in Arizona today, greater Phoenix area, it's going to be 113. A little bit roasty toasty, so if you're in the area, stay hydrated, stay safe, stay in. Don't be out in it unless you need to. Good topic today, I think, of course. I'm a little biased. I think we have all been on the receiving end of somebody who's had a bad day. They are just in a mood. Now, we may not know what's going on in their personal life, what has happened to them in the last hour or 15 minutes to put them in this delightful frame of mind, but they come to you, hair trigger, and they just unload on you. But before you get back at them with vengeance, just hang on and think. Do you know what's fueling this? Do you know what's behind it? Stop. Think. Give them just a little bit of grace. Ask them, what the hell is going on with you? They may apologize, say, oh my God, I'm sorry, and then tell you. They may not. It may be their personality. This may easily be who they are, because we all know people that are just vile people that just come at everybody. They're miserable in their life, and they want to take everybody down with them. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much power you have. The titles, the homes, whatever, has nothing to do with it. It's about how you feel about yourself on the inside. It can also be a matter of imposter syndrome, that people don't feel that they're worthy of a title or a job. So they're out to prove a point, to just overdo it, to drive that point home. And it's just an emotional response. That's all it is. But give people just a moment of grace and ask them, you want to tell me what the problem is? And if they say, yeah, the problem's you, and they rip into you, okay, you gave them a moment. Watch what you say. When words fly out of your mouth, sometimes you think about what you say, sometimes you don't. They just fly out of there. You cannot take back what is said. Honey, all the I'm sorries, I didn't mean it, is not going to fix what flew out of your mouth. And I think we have all been the recipient of that kind of evil, that somebody has said something horribly hurtful that just cut you to the quick, a true core wound. And then they come back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Yeah, but you said it. And for you to say it, it had to come from your mind. It was up there already. So, I mean, it didn't just fly out of its mouth, out of your mouth on its own. It was there. You have thought those thoughts before. So think about what you say before you say it. About to yawn? I am so sorry. I had a singing bed companion last night. Finn is learning opera, and he practices about 2 a.m. So, yeah, it's fun. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, but fun. So I apologize for yawning. But just think about what you say before you say it. Think about the consequences, not only of your actions, but of your words, because we're all responsible for our actions and actions, what we do and we don't do, our attitudes, our behaviors, what we say, and the consequences of that. So if you say something really horrific and it bites you in the ass, you kind of had it coming because you said it. Own it. If you say something, own it, you know? Like in a debate, when two sides are debating, they're going to stand by whatever they say. Somebody's going to lose the debate, but they're going to stand by what they say. Anything that comes out of your mouth, be willing and ready to accept responsibility for that. Teach your children these things. Not to call somebody a name because of how it might hurt somebody's feelings. You don't know what others are going through. You don't know what's going to trigger somebody. And there are those evil souls that enjoy, hang on, our little opera stars here, that enjoy triggering people and upsetting people and hurting people. They live for those moments. And they are miserable people. They are. They're unhappy. They want to make everybody else unhappy too. And I think we all know people like that. Don't let them trigger you. Don't give them the power. Ignore them. You always have three choices. You can react and mouth off. You can get right back in that fight. You can take a minute and reflect, like we've been talking about. Or you can just say, you're not worth my energy. You are just so not worth my energy, and walk away. I say that a lot. I have my moments, honey. I am a true redhead. And trust me, when I unleash my vengeance, I unleash my vengeance. I rarely do that because I know how it hurts people. Been there, done that. I have had things said to me that have cut me to the quick, and I have been the one to say things that brought people to their knees. And all the I'm sorry's, I didn't mean it, doesn't change what you said. Watch what you say. Teach your kids to watch what they say. Don't call people names. I've recently heard an adult telling another adult, and this was just ridiculous. An adult told an adult how to handle a situation and said, embarrass them, make them feel like dirt, make them feel stupid. And I thought, you're encouraging somebody to be a narcissist, to be a bully, to be a reactive abuser. In all likelihood, the person saying this was raised by bullies to be a bully. Now think about it for a minute. You see a child that's a bully. How do his parents treat him? Is he being bullied at home? Because for a lot of kids, if they're bullied by a parent, you either become the bully or you don't survive it. Yeah. And I have a feeling with this individual, they were probably bullied as a child. And it was just this, they didn't have a choice. They had to become this in order to survive. And then it stuck. Now, as an adult, they don't want to change. It's all they know. Change is scary. They may like intimidating people, scaring people, putting the fear into people. That's sad. That's very, very sad. Because to me, that shows how weak they are. I would much rather sit down and have a conversation with someone than bully someone. Because that's just childish, in my opinion. Everybody's different. We all know our fair share of bullies. There's different ways of bullying and intimidating people. There are people, adults, that behave like 5-year-olds. You can't be my friend if you're going to be their friend. Seriously? You're 40 years old, you're 30 years old, you're 50 years old, and you're acting like you're 5? Really? Why? What good is that serving you? Because it makes you look childish. There are couples who, want to have friends and, go to the pool or have dinner parties or go to dinner parties or whatever. And one of the two will say, no, I don't want friends. We don't need friends. We have each other. Honey, we all need friends. We all need to socialize. Couples need to socialize. You need to be able to go out as a couple. You need to be able to go out as individuals. You need the autonomy to go out with the girls, to go out with the guys, come home and share. Oh my gosh, you would not believe what happened at the game. You would not believe what happened when we went to lunch. And you just share that and you laugh. It's okay. But there are people that are so insecure about themselves, about their lives. They don't want friends. They don't trust. They don't want their loved ones to have friends. And I see that a lot. That parents will tell their kids, you don't need friends. Yeah, they do. We all need friends. I am very blessed. I know a lot of people. I have tons of acquaintances, and I have a beautiful group of close friends. It's a small group of people that I trust, but I trust them to the moon and back. and they know it, and they trust me. We would never intentionally say anything to hurt each other. If we have a difference, we discuss it. If somebody thinks that somebody's being out of line, we tell them politely. We just set somebody down and say, hey, look, what's going on? This isn't like you. It's how grown-ups behave. Not everybody is that way. It's something to strive for, acting like a grown-up, giving everybody a little grace, cutting them a little slack, a little patience, a little forgiveness. Because if you give to others a little grace, a little forgiveness, a little compassion, it'll come back around. People will give you a little grace and forgiveness and compassion. Don't be a bully. Watch what you say. And if by chance you fly off the handle and you say something totally stupid and you really hurt someone, own it. Have the courage to own it. If it comes out of your mouth, honey, it didn't come out of theirs, it came out of yours. Own it. Apologize. Sincerely apologize. They may or may not accept your apology. That's up to them. But it came out of your mouth. And you're responsible for it. For your actions, inactions, attitudes, behaviors, your words, and yes, my love, all the consequences.